Welcome back to another video. Today we've got FSD 14.2.1 and we are going to go to a few locations including a parking deck, and we're going to see how that parking deck works out. So far I've found 14.2.1 to be super smooth, although I have had trouble already with the speed profiles, so we'll see how it goes today. Starting from a space, so that's nice, just right from park. And then it looks like it should be pretty easy to just get right out of this neighborhood and go to our first destination, which is a Walgreens. I'm not sure how it's going to get into that Walgreens. I'm guessing it'll have to turn, yep, so it'll have to turn left, and then I'll have to turn left into it again. So that might be kind of interesting. We'll see, depending on the traffic. That's a nice wrap side truck. I don't know if that was like Warthog. I don't know. It was a interesting design. Alright, so if it does not say, okay, good. It does say the 45 mile per hour speed limit, which is good because these people coming up on us pretty fast here. I'm actually going to go ahead and go into standard now. I do sloth in the neighborhoods because I want it to be going the speed limit, or even less, I'd be okay with. But out on the main street here, 45, I want it to go over 45. Strangely, it doesn't seem to want to go even 45 in standard. So, I don't know what that's about. Alright, there goes a little bit. That's interesting. I mean, clear day. I mean, it's just blue skies. So, visibility is great. And there's not much traffic. So, I'm not really sure why in standard it's going the speed limit like sloth would be. But that's okay. We'll just go with it. Could turn it up to hurry or something maybe, but if it continues to go slow. All right, so we haven't quite taken the intersection here. So we're a little bit over the line, the stop line. So if we don't get a gap, I don't know that we should go. Hopefully we'll get a gap. Or what I would normally do is probably take the intersection and then once they stop, I would go. But I don't know. Not sure if that's actually the proper way to go. Oh, we just got honked at. Okay. I don't know. That didn't feel like I mean, it didn't feel like a reasonable gap to need to take, but okay, we did just get honked at. So they definitely felt like we were not going in those gaps that we could have. Interesting. I didn't feel like we needed to go. Strange. All right. So here we are at Walgreens. We did get honked at, but I don't feel like it was justified. I mean, it's probably just, you know, this is Black Friday. People are rushing around. I don't know, always in a hurry to try to get to their next shopping experience. All right. Perfect driving. We got here right where we wanted to in a space, and we are off again. So you just hit the starts off driving button and away we go right away. Maybe I will go ahead and turn it up to hurry because yeah, it was I mean, I would say it was going slower than I expected it to. And I mean, maybe we could have taken that earlier gap. I didn't feel like we needed to. Obviously the car behind you is not going to have as good a view on the gaps as you do, so right, so we got a lot of cars here coming from the left. Don't see a gap yet. Ooh. It's hard to keep it stabilized there. Can see all those cars coming though. So no gap so far. Okay, there we go. That was a decent gap. Now that's interesting because I did actually feel just a slight hesitation. So the car, the truck, I mean, you can hardly see him. He's far back. We definitely had room to get in between him, but it saw the gap, but then that truck turned out and it just did a slight tap hesitation. It wasn't uncomfortable. Definitely not like previous versions of 14. It felt pretty comfortable. So maybe a slight opportunity for smoothness. But still, that was pretty good. All right, so now we're in hurry, and now we're going 4 over. So that's or no, 5 over now. Okay, so that's pretty reasonable. Honestly, that's what it was doing before in standard. So I'm kind of surprised that we need to go up to hurry. Okay, there we go. Now it's going over. I'm going to go to standard. Okay, so when I switched it back to standard, it immediately went back down, and it now seems to be capped at 5 over, which actually is my preference. About 5 over in a 45. Really, about 45 or any speed higher than that, 5 over is good. But I don't know why before it was not wanting to get up to this speed. So 5 over is actually what standard I thought used to be pretty much always. But I did like when I switched it from hurry to standard, it immediately slowed it down. It could be a little bit smoother about the transitions, I guess, in those speed profiles, but not bad. It's sort of like if you realize the car is going too fast for a particular location, I would actually want it to be pretty abrupt on changing the speeds, just so that I don't actually have to hit the brake to get it back down to that speed I wanted to. All right, so here we are. We're going to Ross Dress for Less, and turn it in here. Okay. I believe, yes, we're still going for a parking lot. So it should find a space in here. This place doesn't look too busy today. It's obviously one of the biggest shopping days of the year. Probably the biggest shopping day, I guess. So we'll see if it finds a space. Hopefully it doesn't pick a handicap space. Here is Ross over here. So let's see. And it's going to go up this aisle. Okay. Here's a space right up here up front. Is it going to do that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's not a pickup space and it's not a handicap. So this is a perfectly good space to pick. Nice. Okay. Right back on it. So this next destination is going to be the parking garage. I do believe there's a lot of traffic around that area, so we will see how hard it is to get into the parking deck. That parking deck, we've already done it a couple times. Did it on 13, did it on 14, and honestly, 14 wasn't much better. You were able to choose parking garage, which we did. We chose parking garage here, so it should go to the parking garage and actually park in it But it, you know, in 13, it parked in the parking garage a couple times, but it went all the way up to the top, and then it got stuck, couldn't get out. 14, it went in, parked in a reasonable spot, but then it really took its time to get out. It didn't go with the most efficient way to get out, and I ended up having to disengage it a couple times just to get it on the right track, because it there's 3 entrances and exits to that parking garage, and all of them work, but obviously some of them are more efficient to take than others, and it was trying to do the most inefficient exit possible, which is weird because it went in one that made perfect sense, and then when it went out, it chose a different exit. I almost would think it would choose the same exit that it goes in. All right, so here we are. It's a 45, and standard is chilling at 46. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at 46. That's fine. I don't need to speed. Other people are probably gonna pass us, and that's fine. Okay, so it's slowly speeding up. I think as it finds other traffic going 50, it might think, oh, maybe we should go more like 50. Getting around this guy. All right, did that really nice and smooth. Okay, weird. Okay, now it says speed limit 30, and then it jumped back up to 45. I don't know what causes that. I don't know if it's map data. I don't know if it's lack of map data. It hasn't seen a speed limit sign in long enough, and it changes its mind. I mean, if anybody knows, please let me know that speed limit, what's causing it to be wrong so frequently. And actually on previous versions we did not see that so much. Okay, we have an emergency vehicle behind us. I can see it, can't really hear it yet. Oh, look at that. All right, so we just like immediately these guys right in front of him weren't reacting to him. Wow, that was good. I mean, I couldn't hear him yet, but I could see him. Such a clear day, you know, I could see it. I feel like the car more responded to the sound of the fire truck there than the lights. I'm not sure. I can't be sure which one it was. I definitely could see the lights before it responded to it, but it actually responded way quicker than all the cars around us. So that was good. It got over quickly, and then it got back into traffic really quickly. All right. I mean, I know that was that light was turning red, but I definitely would have gone, because as you see now, it is a flashing yellow. So even though it was turning red, I knew it was going to turn flashing yellow, and we had plenty of time to go before that traffic was actually going to get the green light. So that's unfortunate. I definitely would have preferred to go, but that's okay. We're going to wait for the gap here. See if we get another honk at us for taking too long to turn. Nope. All right. So we went nice and smooth. Technically, these people have the right of way. They don't have any yields on, even though I feel like they should have a yield. Anytime you have a turn lane like that, they should have a yield to left turners, but That's just my own personal opinion. All right, nice. So that was a yield sign. It's a four-way stop up there, but we do have a yield when we're actually just turning there. So that's nice. Did it nice and smooth, no hesitation. All right, so it does get down to 0 on these stop signs, but I don't know. I mean, it almost feels like it gets going a little bit quicker. I really wish it would just get down to like 2 instead of 0, but it feels like once it does come to that complete stop, it's very quick to get going again. So 0, start. I mean, it's as soon as it hits 0, it goes. I don't know. It seems like maybe they've tried to get it a little bit quicker there when it does the full complete NHTSA stop there. I really wish they would ease up on that. It seems ridiculous. Now, this is a 30 mile per hour zone. I think that is actually accurate here. And it's a neighborhood, so I'm okay with it going around 30. But it feels a little bit slow. And it's weird because it isn't standard and not going at all over 30. It's just hitting 30 exactly. That was kind of a, I don't know. There's a little more of an abrupt stop there. Not as smooth as I was expecting. I mean, no problem so far, though. I mean, it's like, I can be nitpicky about the speed profiles, how exactly smooth a stop is or whatever, or whether we take an intersection or something like that. But, man, 14.2.1 is excellent. This is great. I almost feel like the main thing now is just the speed profiles. Like if we can just get the speed profiles to fix. All right, so maybe we're gonna have a 1-lane road here. It says we're gonna have a flagger. I kind of doubt they're working today. It's Black Friday, so I kind of feel like they probably decided it wasn't a great day to cause more traffic. Huh? Yeah, I don't see anybody, so I think we're good. They're adding a sidewalk here on the left, and sometimes they'll have it closed out. Ooh, they're going to have some tough time with the sidewalk there on that driveway. All right, so coming up here, we are going to be in what I would probably expect to be a pretty trafficy area. It might be pretty slow. But that's kind of the way we're going to be able to get into this parking deck. Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, we're going to turn before, because there's a lot of people waiting here and there's not a light there. So, I mean, people are going pretty good there. I mean, I don't know if they're just all driving through pretty fast there. Pretty sure I think it's just a stop sign up there. I don't know. No, it's got a light. It's got a light there. But it doesn't show that it has a light on the map. So it doesn't show that it has a light on the map. So it's going down here to this other one where it does show that there is a light on the map. And it's actually going straight across. So that's actually good. And we're going to this entrance of the deck on this side. Okay. I think that's a good move. A good move as far as navigation is concerned. We should be able to just wait for this light, but then go straight across. And that's better than trying to wait at that other light and turn left. So because there's no cars here waiting. Yeah, I think that's a good navigational decision. All right, over these little train tracks here. It's not too bad, so didn't have to slow down too much. All right, so plenty of pedestrians here. They were just kind of walking on the street, which is weird because there's a sidewalk over there. So I don't know why they were kind of walking in the street, but whatever. I guess that guy was just changing which parking space he was parked in. I don't really know why. It didn't look like there was any reason to do that, but okay. Okay. So that's a bummer. It just decided to park. I mean, we're close to where the parking garage is, but this is not where I wanted to park. So I am going to navigate to this parking deck again and see if it will actually go into the parking deck. Now it wants to go away. It can't actually go that way. So let's see what it does. Because it should definitely not go all the way around the deck because you can't turn left into the deck there. There's a median. Cannot do it. I mean, it's just got so many problems with trying to figure out how to get into this parking garage. And this time it just kind of gave up and now it's doing it again. I mean, we parked. Oh, that's so annoying. All right. Get in the parking deck. Just drop the pin. I'm going to drop the pin. It says parking garage. All right. You got to get in the parking garage. If I tell you you're going to go park in a parking garage, you got to park in a parking garage. So that's two fails, in my opinion. It's decided to park in spaces. It will not stop parking here. It just won't. I don't know why. It just thinks, well, it's close enough to the parking garage. So whatever. All right. I'm going to manually drive. This might hurt my percent on FSD score, but I'm going to force it into the parking garage here. Again, it parked twice outside of the parking garage when it was set on parking garage. All right, parking garage, and now we're in the parking garage. It has no choice but to go into the parking garage now because I forced it in here. It's kind of a bummer that it did that. All right, so it's going to park in this first space. Honestly, kind of rude because this guy was trying to get out. But we did. We parked in the first available parking space. All right. So let's get out of the parking garage and see what it does. I believe there's let's see. Let's go ahead and park. Let's go on this Market Street here. Is that right? Yeah, let's go on that. there. Let's navigate to that. Let's see how it goes out of this parking garage. So again, we should go right out the same way that we came in. We're pretty blocked here on the side. There's a wall. So it immediately sees that car coming up, so that's good. All right, we're getting out of here. All right, so hopefully we'll get out of this the same way we came in. Good, okay. So, I don't know, parking garages, still a question mark. It really didn't want to park in this parking garage, even though it was clearly not parking in a parking garage. It kept parking in a space over there. So that's kind of a fail. But we did get out of the parking garage and we went out the way that makes good sense. So we're going to go down the street over here to the right. And then I believe we're going to kind of go straight across the street like we did before after we turn around a couple times in this neighborhood. So it is a little neighborhood here. And then it says we're going to park in a parking lot. So, all right. So we forced it into the garage. I unfortunately had to do that. I had to manually drive it to get it to go into the parking garage. And it's not even a paid parking garage. There's no arm, there's no tickets or anything. It's just a free parking garage. So I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't park in the parking garage. It is a fairly new one, so maybe that's it. I don't know. But thankfully this time it did get out of the parking garage the appropriate way. And now we're getting to our next destination. So yeah, 3 tries. Actually, 2 tries to get into the parking garage, but then I just put a point on the map in the parking garage, and then it still did not park in the parking garage. So we just kept parking in different spaces. That's so stupid. I don't know why I did that. So not impressed. Not impressed with the parking garage situation. I don't feel like that's really fixed. I thought somebody had said that they did have good luck with the parking garage on 14.2.1. So I thought that was supposed to be improved. All right, so we'll just go straight across. It's right back the same way we had gone before, so that's nice and easy. And this time it should be looking for a space. We'll see how it does finding that space. We got a couple of handicap spaces open, which we don't want it to use. And there is, I think, a space that's not handicap open. So yeah, here we go. All right, great. All right, good job. All right, so overall, it was a very smooth drive. We had a lot of a good interactions. We had that interaction with the fire truck, and it got out of the way to that. That was awesome. Did better than all the other people that are around, all the other cars around. It was doing a much better job getting around or getting out of the way of that fire truck. So that was good. It was a little bit hesitant to do left turns. We got honked at that one time, but honestly, I don't feel like that was at all bad. And it was driving a little bit slow, strangely, in standard a lot of times, but overall, super smooth drive, and it did most of the things very well. Still, I don't think it's able to pick a parking garage and actually park sufficiently in there, but oh well. Hopefully they'll get that eventually. So that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.